And we are live. Farmers Insurance Open 2024 from San Diego. That's why I have my damn San Diego hat on. I do like San Diego. I've never been there, but I do like San Diego because my favorite band's from San Diego. Shout out Pierce the Veil, San Diego legends. So I had to rock the San Diego hat, hometown of Xander. But yeah, we got one more sleep until the first real test of 2024. And it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be that we're going to get into the quotes, which is going to be a quick segment. We're going to get into the quotes, but the quotes are already gearing up for some difficult golf, which is always the best case scenario. Amex was fun. We got Dunlap, but we don't want to see 30 under. We don't want to see 60s. We don't want to see like 59 scares. Like we want to see like maybe once every 2 months, but that's enough. Give me Torrey Pines. Give me U.S. Open conditions. Give me thick rough, and let's do it. So that's what we have this week. Before I share my screen and get into the final thoughts, final bets, just everything in between, I want to talk about the quotes. And I don't want to bring up anyone specifically, maybe besides Xander Schauffele, who I tweeted this out. He was like, they asked him, if Torrey Pines wasn't San Diego, if you weren't a San Diego guy, would you play this event? He's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And that, I thought that was hilarious because that kind of sums up his results here. He comes here, I guess, to a golf course that he doesn't necessarily love, comes to a golf course, feels that hometown pressure, and kind of has let down. I know the results have gotten better over the last few times he's teed it up, but they haven't been good in the past. So Xander Schauffele at the top doesn't sound too confident. I just don't know how you can play him because, and especially like a Xander with expectations never really works out. Not like I have been saying, I'm high on Xander this year. I do think he's going to take a leap this year, but his quotes didn't sound too enticing for us to grab some Xander this week. But the other guys who talked were Mike Kim. I've had enough of Mike Kim. Keegan Bradley, and one more. I don't even know who talked, but it wasn't important. They all just said Max Homa. The rough is thick and they can't water it because they can't cut it because it's too wet. Thick, wet rough is going to be a problem. And that just further amplifies what I'm already drilling in this week, which is good. This is a good thing I'm saying. I'm really high on total driving accuracy. Just play out of the fairway. That's step number one. Driving is key. And from there, you're good. So that crosses off so many guys. If this rough is so wet, so thick, just crosses off so many guys, which is good because that's how I developed my card. That's how I did everything. So let's talk about this card that I'm talking about, and all the bets, all the DFS plays. We'll go through it all like we normally do. 4-man outright card: Pat Ice, Ludwig Aubert, Aaron Rai, Justin Suh. So 2 guys from the top. 2 bombs. I spend $500 a week. I'm at 467 because I'm saving that $33 for the Zurich or the Barbasol. And once I post that card, that's 7.5x, I don't want to hear a damn thing because I was underexposed at the Farmers Insurance Open. But the Patrick Cantlay thing, I am drilling the case that I drilled with Jordan Spieth at Bay Hill. A golf course that makes a lot of sense for him, but not the best course history. And I think that boils down to him not playing there that much. He has, I think he's played here 3 times. That's like the least of any course he's played like in his career. Where as Jordan at Bay Hill, I think he played 1 time in his career and it was nothing. So a golf course that makes sense versus a golfer who hasn't played there like in his career, I'm willing to throw away that bad course history or whatever course. He doesn't have enough reps for you to say Patrick Cantlay doesn't play well here. This field isn't that good. Like, it's just simply not. And I'm also willing to throw away a bad Sunday in a whack event at the Amex. Like, outside of Scotty Scheffler or Jon Rahm or Rory McIlroy, even with them, Patrick Cantlay was a top 3 driver of the golf ball all year in 2023. And he's already doing that in 2024. He's hitting the ball not as solid as he was last year, but he's hitting the ball well. So I'm so high on total driving. Look who's top 3 in total driving. Patrick Cantlay is. And that just brings me onto Ludwig, who may just be the best driver in the world. I don't want to say that, but if he has been nails with anything in his short career, it is the driver, long and straight. And that just elevates his floor so much. His floor is, I might sound stupid after saying this. I think Ludwig's floor is T23 in this event. I truthfully do. Because he's going to be playing from spots at a more consistent rate that the rest of the field is not going to be played from. He's going to be longer. He's going to be straighter. He's just going to have so many more birdie or better chances, so many easier pars than the rest of it. He's not going to have to scramble as much. And I know the irons aren't great. The long irons have been a lot better, but I'm just buying the total driver aspect from Ludwig. Same thing with Patrick Cantlay. So now we'll get on to Aaron Rai and Justin Suh. So Aaron Rai, the two things he's really good at, driving accuracy and long irons. That is the formula for Torrey Pines South. That is the exact formula for Torrey Pines South. If you're not named Rory McIlroy or if you're not driving at 330 every single time, you have to be super accurate and you have to be good with your long irons. And that is exactly what Aaron Rai is. It's exactly what Colin Morikawa is too. So if you don't want to go 12-1, I'm not saying Aaron Rai and Colin Morikawa are the same golfer, but it's the same style. And Aaron Rai has a T6 here in his career. He's playing good golf at the moment. I know he missed the cut last week, but in Aaron Rai's last 5 starts, PGA Tour, DP World Tour, he's gained over 23 strokes ball striking. That is playing golf. And I know he's obviously the results wouldn't say that, like just based on where he's finished. He's giving a lot of that back on the putting greens. Now, I know that's not a good thing. You don't want to have a guy squandering strokes on the putting green. But at Torrey Pines, where you don't have to roll in 25 birdie putts, I'm willing to take a shot on a guy who's been hitting the driver and his irons so well. So Aaron Rai, I think, is a good go at 120-1. Also, you could see over to the right, I bet him top 40, along with Justin Suh. Now, Justin Suh is a former top amateur in the world, a California kid, a guy who's made the cut and had inside top 40 finishes twice already in his very short career. So that just goes to show what type of golfer Justin Suh is. His build is driver putter, meaning he's really solid off the tee. Not really solid, but that's his best part of his game, off the tee, and he's really solid on the putting greens. Definitely, I could say that he's one of the more elite putters on the PGA Tour. So that driver putter build is pretty decent. I'm saying I'm drilling in the total driving this week, and his irons have been trending. Although he missed the cut at the Amex, he gained 1.7 strokes on approach, and over that in that fall swing where he was contending at the Zozo, also contended in another event, he was trending with his irons, and we did not see that at all in 2023. The irons are going to be the X factor for Justin Suh. So if he can gain a few strokes with his irons, do not be surprised if he mixes a little bit in this field. Let's go over to the right, talk about these $5,000 golf bets. I basically gave my case for 4 to 5 of these guys already. So I'm not going to just say that again. Taylor Pendrith, top Canadian, plus 255. Just thought it was a good number. He has to beat Mackenzie Hughes and Adam Svensson. Like, okay, I'll take that at plus 255. I'm not really worried about Ben Silverman. He had a good finish last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But on a golf course like this, Taylor Pendrith is a bomber. Taylor Pendrith's best weapon is his driver. That's going to suit him well here. So just thought it was a good number. So these are actually all $100 bets. I will fill it in while we're here. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. I'll show you my DFS core. It is 100% Max Homa. I am pretty sure I'm going to stay with that. Here's the 3 contests I'm playing in. The Mayo, the 1K4, and the 25K driver $200 single entry. There's the wager amount, and that's the return. So I built my lineups, built my pool, and I went with the 100% Max Homa. Yeah, I think he has a really high floor as well. You look at Max Homa's numbers at the Century, his last event, he gained over 7 strokes ball striking and lost it all in the putting greens, but he absolutely lapped the field tee to green. He was awesome with his ball striking. Heads to a course where he just won at, heads to a course he always plays well, talked about how much he loved putting on these surfaces. And also another quote, Mike Kim also mentioned how putting on these surfaces, it's why certain guys come to this event and why certain guys just don't come to this. I mean, not this event, this West Coast swing. Because if you're not used to putting on the POA, like you're just boned. You're getting lapped. It's an acquired skill and it's a real thing. So Max Homa clearly has that skill. And I'm not going to go through every single one of these guys. I'll just throw some quick jots notes at each one of them. Alex Smalley, a guy who's made 2 out of 3 cuts here in his short career, and his ball striking has been immaculate. I was high on Alex Smalley heading into the Amex because his ball striking at the Sony was so good, and then he missed the cut, and that proved to a top 20 finish at the Amex. So I'm continuing that Alex Smalley train. He's playing really good right now, and he's played well here in his career. He's a elite ball striker who struggles on the green, which is a great build for Torrey Pines. Patrick Cantlay, you know the deal. Akshay Bhatia, playing a guy who's just playing a lot of golf, and he's a young guy who's playing like every single start. I know we missed the cut last week, missed on the number, but I don't care what the hell Akshay Bhatia does at PJ West, a pure birdie fest when this guy is a ball striking bastard, one of the best long iron players on tour, long and straight off the tee. Akshay Bhatia, hammer. Raya talked about him. Grillo, shout out. Grillo lives out in San Diego. He's getting no love. All the San Diego guys are getting a bunch of buzz, but Emiliano Grillo is getting nothing. Emiliano Grillo loves the coastal track. Emiliano Grillo is a long iron king, tee to green king, and he's putting well. Like, he's putting better. Emiliano Grillo went on a really weird run over the fall where he just lost strokes on approach on like 8 straight events. But he's picked up his iron play, and that is his blueprint. He needs to be gaining on the iron play. Doug Gim and Grayson Sig, Maddie Schmidt, go watch my 6K video just on YouTube. I gave their case there, so I'm not going to give it again here. Go watch that 6K video where I talked about those 6K guys. Adrian Meronk, I have him in a prize pick slip as well. Adrian Meronk's playing really good golf, runner-up in Europe a week ago, and he is just an absolute birdie machine on any type of golf course. This man will fire at pins, whether it's at Augusta, Oak Hill, whether it's at the Amex. He will make birdies at every course. And bogeys will come. It's an aggressive style of play, but when he is dialed, he's just a lights out. And I like it on his price point and at his ownership. He's playing a lot of golf. He's in good form, wants to prove a point, didn't make that Ryder Cup team. Little revenge season for Adrian Meronk coming to a golf course that I do believe suits him well. Brant Snedeker has some decent course history. I hope he just gets out to a low round on the North course, makes the cut. He's like $6,100. Not a strong case there. Sprinkle. Just these are sprinkles. So I don't even want to go through these. Kellum Taryn, Bomber, sprinkles. Don't really care about these sprinkles. They're fillers for the DFS pool. I want to talk about the main guys I'm playing. All right, Underdog was, I posted that slip today. Cantlay under 67.5. He's playing the North course tomorrow. 67.5 is low. The North course will have some teeth tomorrow. Truthfully, I don't love this, but I don't know. I should have went with over on the South course, but the lines are pretty sharp. The Underdog and prize picks have been really, really good. Like, we have been doing really well with them, so I upped the wager a bit for them. Sahith Theegala over 5 birdies. I like that. He's gonna get 4 par 5s, so he should hopefully be able to birdie all of those, and then can get one more for sure. But also, I'm not very high on Sahith this week, but he's just a super volatile golfer. If he's off this week making bogeys, the birdies will still come. Like, he can shoot 73 and like have a bad week with like 6 birdies on the card. Like, that's just the type of golfer Sahith Theegala is. Also, Sahith's performance will. If you're wondering why Sahith is doing good or bad this week, look at his driving accuracy number. If he's -5 through a round, like, or whatever, if he's doing good, look at his driving accuracy number. It will be over like 68.5. If he's over par, his driving accuracy will be somewhere in the 50s or the 40s. So his results will be solely dedicated on his driver, which is why I don't want to play too many Theegala props. I'm fine with the birdies because he's just a volatile golfer. But at 30-1 and higher DFS ownership, I'm not doing that on a guy who's just so volatile. And you can't be volatile at Torrey Pines. Just think, Sahith's best results: Augusta, Kapalua, Napa Valley, all golf courses where you could just spray and go anywhere off the tee. That's where you want to run out Sahith Theegala, not a golf course where you're required to hit the fairway. And just think, he was required to hit the fairway at the Sony Open, and he missed the cut in great form. So that's my Sahith case. All right, prize picks. Adrian Meronk, I gave the case for him. Only has to shoot 1 under par. It is on the South course. Don't love it. It's going to be playing tough, but I've talked about Meronk's game. I think it's in a good place right now. Akshay Bhatia, talked about him in the DFS pool, playing good golf, and he's matched up with S.H. Kim for birdies. And S.H. Kim is a guy who can get out to a first-round lead, and I know that for a fact. But I would see SH Kim doing that at the Barbasol, doing that at the Amex, not at Torrey Pines South. Like, that's not a course where SH Kim is going to light up the scoreboard. I just simply think no matter what course, especially the South course, it just sets up much better for Akshay than SH Kim. So that's that. Oh, round one matchup. Bo Hostler plus 100 versus Eric Cole. Bo Hostler's fairly popular this week, and he doesn't have the best results here, but he's driving it really well. Oh, that shouldn't be there. He's driving it really well, and I'm totally fading Eric Cole this week. I think he has no, like, he was my negative chance pick of the week. If you he was my negative chance pick of the week. If you're over on Twitter, you saw that one and done league I'm in. I think Eric Cole has no chance. He's gotten it done on these shorter golf courses where you can scramble a little bit. If he's missing, Eric Cole is really short off the tee and really inaccurate off the tee. If you're doing that at Torrey Pines, just forget about it. Pack your bags. Bo Hostler driving the ball a little bit better. So, yeah, that's the reasoning, and a good number, plus 100. We have a question. Is there a reason your DFS plays differ from your outright picks? Great question. Yes, there is a reason, because it's for multiple reasons. I like to cover as many bases as possible without getting too wide where I can just lose all my money. But I like to cover, if I can have a total. I used to have a completely different outright pool than DFS pool, but I realized that, like, sometimes if I really like a guy, why wouldn't I play him in DFS? Outrights come first for me. Sometimes DFS comes first for other people. But yeah, there's definitely a reason why I wouldn't be playing some guys in DFS. It's ownership. Max Homa is cheaper than Patrick Cantlay, and he's not. They're fairly similar ownership. He's just cheaper, and I think they have a sim. I think Max Homa is safer, but I think Patrick Cantlay may have a better chance to win. Maybe not. Just different. Ludwig is going to be a little bit too high owned to play in DFS. I don't have any DFS. But yeah, that's basically the reason why they're not the same. But what I'm saying is, if you're listening this far, you know who I like, you know who I don't like. Yeah, so that about wraps it up. That is the entire card. That is my thoughts. I'm super excited for some Wednesday golf because we're competing with the NFL on Sunday. So it is, what is it? It's 10 p.m. Eastern almost. Get to bed. We got golf to wake up to 2 in the morning. I'm waking up early, going to the gym, heading back up to Orlando for the PGA show. So I'm going to be streaming this on my phone, laptop while I can. Any questions, you know where to find me, and I will catch you guys Thursday with the 36-hole update and some live ads. Peace out. We've had 3 straight weeks where we've had a runner-up or a guy in the mix. Week 1, Thigala, one stroke away from winning the Century at Kapalua. Keegan Bradley loses in a playoff at Sony. Sam Burns blows a lead on the back 9 to a 20-year-old last week. That's $11,000 if all 3 of those guys hit in my pocket. So this is the life we live, though. Golf bettors, it's the best. I will catch you guys on Thursday. Any questions, you know where to find me. Peace out.